Welcome, everyone, to episode 37 of Around the Book podcast. This week, we have NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, baseball. I think that's about it that's going on in sports. WNBA is kicked off. I know a lot of people got burnt on Caitlin Clark over 21 and a half points yesterday. I think that was like the most bet prop yesterday. Like across all the platforms, and I think she ended up with like 20. I think she got like 2 quick fouls and had to go out for a while. Like the sports books won yesterday, basically on that.
Surprising to no one.
Yeah, surprising to no one there. But this week, Dalton's off. It's his girlfriend's birthday. Happy birthday to her. So he won't be joining us tonight. But we'll still have some good bets with the political debates coming up. We'll have Dalton on next week to give his
our politics expert.
Yeah, we'll wait till our politics expert is in, our liaison, if you would say, so he could give you some more information on those. But we can kick off like we always do. Let's kick off with NASCAR. Now, I believe it is the All-Star race this weekend. I'm trying to see if that's exactly what they call it here. Hold on.
I think it's just like All-Star.
Yeah, it's like All-Star race or something
All-Star
like
Open.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't know why my bets aren't popping up for it. 1 second. All right. Does anyone else have any NASCAR or motorsports while I try to find where these are?
Is this the long one
or no? I have some F1 bets.
All right.
I'm trying to find it on DraftKings also, though.
Oh, no, I just found mine. Okay, we're good. It just did not load. So for the All-Star race, I have Denny Hamlin. He's the favorite for this weekend. I have him finishing top 3 at plus 140. I'm going to do 3 units on this bet. So I'm going to put my money where my mouth is and try to see if this will hit at plus 140. I'm feeling pretty confident in it. So we'll see what happens. JT, do you have any racing bets for this weekend?
I don't. Is Jeff Gordon still doing stuff?
No, I wish.
I'd bet on him if he was.
Yeah, I wish. That was my dad's favorite racer, was Jeff Gordon.
He's the one I always picked for my PlayStation NASCAR game.
Yeah, his car was always the coolest.
Yeah.
Was
he tied?
Flames. No, it was DuPont, but it was like flames.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What is a DuPont?
It's just some like, no, it's like some.
It was the sponsor. I think it's like
some sort of like conglomerate kind of company, like P&G or something like that.
So unknown evil empire sponsor.
Yeah, basically.
Probably.
Yeah, it's not, I could be totally wrong. Let me see real quick. Let me.
I feel so un-American. Like hook up with Budweiser, like an Earnhardt.
Yeah.
Come on, you can't have like LexCorp sponsor your car. It's ridiculous.
It's a chemicals company.
Chemicals.
Yeah.
So
they
grassroots America.
Yeah. So like, they make Kevlar.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Ivanec. Yes, styrofoam. So, I mean, they're making stuff, I guess.
Okay, if you were to market it as like a bulletproof vest car, I could be on board with it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it feels just a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, not so
Yeah.
great.
I mean, styrofoam. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, but I don't know if I want my race car to be like sponsored by Styrofoam.
Yeah. But yeah. So, anyways, Jake, do you have your Formula One bet?
Yeah, I was able to find them. I got 3 this week. My first 2, I'm going with Daniel Ricciardo and Yuki Tsunoda, both to finish in the top 10. They both been doing pretty well. I bet on Sonoda 2 weeks ago in Miami to get top 10. I think he got 8th, so I'm riding with him again. He's last time he raced at this track, he finished 7th, and the last time Ricardo raced at this track, he finished in 3rd. So both of them have done well at this track. They've been racing pretty well recently. I like them both to finish top 10, and Sonoda is at plus 165 for the top 10, and Ricardo is plus 175, so it's pretty decent value for each of them as well. And then I'm going Lando Norris to finish in the top 2 at plus 125. I would take Verstappen to win, but he's at minus 500, so I don't really think it's worth, doing anything with that.
Yeah, and it's like, don't be stupid and put a bunch of money on it, because when you do that, that's when he loses. So
yeah. And that's what happened.
Yeah.
What happened last week?
That's
Lando
like
Norris got his first win last week. I think he raced. It was definitely over 100 races, I think, without getting a win.
Yeah,
He finally got one. Not last week, 2 weeks ago in Miami. But he's been racing really well recently. He's at plus 125. He's the highest odds to finish in the top 2 besides Verstappen, and he's done well at this track recently. So I like him as well.
yeah.
But yeah, those are all my F1 bets this week.
I like it. All right, I have something for us real quick. This was my childhood right here, Jeff Gordon.
Oh, yeah.
The Monte Carlo.
Get it, DuPont.
Yeah.
That and the Dale Earnhardt car.
Which
I
one?
forgot what his
Junior?
Junior. I was too young for Earnhardt Senior. I know he had a green one. I think it was like Mountain Dew or something like that.
Okay.
Lightning
Why is
McQueen.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. just all Lightning McQueen? Oh, the Budweiser. This one.
Yeah, that one. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Of. He
this
had a
one was
green
there.
one too. I think it was
He
Mountain
did.
Dew.
Yeah.
Budweiser or Mountain Dew.
Right
Those are
here.
the perfect NASCAR sponsors.
Yeah.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
You know, it's hilarious. They had a Diet Mountain Dew version of the car.
I think that's where I got the idea that Jeff Gordon was sponsored by Tide. I'm pretty sure it's not Will Ferrell, but the other guy in Talladega Nights.
Shane, I'm sorry we missed your comments. Jeff Gordon is my dad. He left to get milk, but just never stopped driving. Hey,
Apparently, he's done driving now, so he should be home any minute.
yeah, he'll be back. Don't worry, he'll turn right this time.
The milk's not expired.
And then next comment by Shane. Jake looks like he's in a cologne commercial with that lighting. Yeah, it is.
I know. I
It's
got the sun
super
just
like
coming
artistic.
straight through
Dude.
at me.
Imagine not living in pitch blackness right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's like
it's pitch black.
there's like 5 to 10 minutes at the start of every episode where I'm just getting blinded.
The Intimidator.
Shake and bake, baby.
All right, we'll stop this because I'll just keep looking these up for no reason.
No, this is the only part of this segment I can contribute to is random Talladega Night references. I can pull some cars out too. We got this. Get it?
All right.
Toe mater.
Tomater. There we go. Well, all right. So I guess we'll just keep going with like what we do at the normal part of the show. We'll go golf next. So for this week, it's the U.S. PGA Championship 2024. Where the heck did my bets go again? All right, this is really annoying. 1 second. This is just great podcasting. Sorry, guys. All right, there they are. All right, so I'm going to try to do something that I have not successfully been able to do, but it always seems like a slam dunk. I'm going to pick 3 guys to go top 10. Just because my other bet of picking one guy to finish top 3 was hit twice, and then I thought it was just going to slowly and quickly. So we're going to go back to the original plan here. So I picked 3 guys to go top 10. I have Xander Schauffele. I mean, he's just killing it right now. Brooks Koepka. I don't know. I just feel like he'll have a good weekend. I just had a good vibe from him. And then Scotty Scheffler, another strong golfer this year. I think all three of them could easily finish in the top 10. So why not put them together? And if you do that, you're at plus 532. All right.
I like
Anyone
it.
else have any golf bets?
Yeah, I got a couple.
All right.
So my first two, I'm going with the top two on the board to win: Scotty Scheffler and Rory McIlroy. Scotty just had a baby, so he's got dad strength.
Yep.
He's got extra motivation, and Rory just got a divorce this week, so he's going to be playing some angry golf. I think he'll be pretty motivated. But Scotty's a plus 450, Rory's a plus 70. I think those are both pretty decent picks. I think there's a very solid chance they'll both be around the top 10 at least. So I think it's decent value there. I also like Brooks Koepka at plus 1600 to win. It's pretty good, decent value for him. I feel like he doesn't do that well at like the normal random tournaments, but every time he's in a major, he ends up being near the top. I don't think he did too well at the Masters this year, but besides that, I feel like every time I'm watching a major, I see him near the top.
Yeah.
I like him at plus 1600. I think it's decent value if you want to go with a little more of a long shot, but someone who's proven that they can succeed in those big moments. I also like Cameron Young at plus 5,000 to win. He's just been playing really good golf. He's been kind of like top 20, top 30 pretty much every tournament, but he's never really gotten up into like he's had a couple like edge of the top 10 finishes, but he hasn't gotten up near the top 5. But I think it's pretty good value for him because he's a lot better, or he has a better chance to win than some of the guys that have lower odds over him. He drives the ball well. He's been playing pretty much every aspect of the game well, so I like him at plus 5,000. And then my last one is Torrey Finau at plus 8,000. This is just another golfer that I feel like has been doing really well recently. I feel like I see him turn up a lot in majors as well. And at plus 8,000 for someone who pretty consistently is in the top 30, top 20, I think is decent value.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are all not really a parlay this week for me, because I just cannot hit a golf parlay to save my life. So those are just 5 players I think I like to win outright.
Yeah, I'm 0 for on golf as well, so don't feel bad. JT, before you give your golf picks, if you have one, the Mavericks game just tipped off. I did have the Mavericks tonight money line. I think I got it at like plus 148 or so. They're up by 3 right now and plus 138 money line. I mean, the game just tipped off. There's still 7 minutes left in the first, but I think Dallas is going to run away with this one tonight. So I would take the value now if you can. Could be wrong, but I'm just feeling it.
I'm glad you said that because I got a little parlay on this game.
All right, let's hear it.
I've got Dallas plus 4.5, so we're on the same wavelength there. I've got it going over 212, and I've got Luka over 25 points. So just a nice little parlay, but it's plus 300.
Nice. Yeah, I took Luka for triple-double tonight. I think it was like plus 2 or plus 185, something like that. So we'll see how that goes.
So we are all lifelong Mavericks fans in here.
Yeah. So that means that they're about to get dunked on tonight, probably.
Yeah, I'm sorry to any Mavericks fan that's listening.
Yeah, if any Mavericks fans are listening, I
might as well
apologize.
just turn the TV off.
Thunder about to roll.
Yeah, it's just fall back tonight. It's not your night. What is that series right now, actually?
2-2.
Is it 2-2? Yeah. So you're just gonna have to see him in Game 6. Turn it off. Get ready for Game 6. So I guess let's just hop into basketball. I do have some bets for tomorrow. I did so. I was really liking the Nuggets money line and the Pacers money line parlayed at plus 212. So I did that, and then like 30 minutes later, I was looking at it, and I was like, well, I don't know. I think Denver plus 2 makes more sense. So I kind of hedged a little bit, but then I was like, I think the Knicks will keep it close. I think Pacers will win, but I think the Knicks will cover 5 points. I think it's going to be like a 2 or 3 point win. So I have a second bet, and it's really stupid. I probably should just pick one or the other, but I did Nuggets plus 2 and Knicks plus 5, and that's at plus 264. But I also have Nuggets money line, Pacers money line plus 212. Room for them both to hit, and room for one to hit, and lots of room for them both not to hit at all. So. Anyone else got any NBA for tonight or tomorrow?
Yeah, I got. I also took the Mavericks money line tonight, plus 150. They, I feel like they've even though it's tied 2-2, I feel like they've kind of been the better team in this series.
Yeah.
And they were winning game 4 for most of it until the last like 5 minutes. But at plus 150, I think that's good value for him, especially when you're betting on Luka and Kyrie. And maybe I just curse the Mavericks even more. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But I've got the Nuggets money line tomorrow at plus 110. Ever since they went down 2-0, they've just kind of dominated the Timberwolves. They've won 3 straight now, and they're getting plus odds. I think there's a decent chance Minnesota wins just because their back's up against the wall and they're at home. But the team that's been far better 3 games in a row now getting plus odds, I'm going to take that. And for the Knicks and Pacers, I'm going to take the Knicks money line at plus 170. The Pacers have shown some good fight. And after game 3, when it was 2-1, I honestly thought the Knicks were kind of out of it because they looked so dead. But they came back in a big way in game 5. I think they can close it out on the road behind Jalen Brunson. And at plus 170, that feels like really good value.
Yeah.
So I've got one that's a bit of a flyer. And, I like to group these, kind of flyers together and make big bets. I like Minnesota Timberwolves, not just to win this series, but as NBA champions. I know it's a long shot, but you're getting plus 1,800. So Timberwolves are going back home in Minnesota. Anthony Edwards, Cat, I believe in it. We've seen them dominate. They just got to stop everyone but Jokic because they're not going to stop him. So once they get through this, I think they can handle the winner of Oklahoma City, Dallas, and I think they can take whoever comes out of the East. I'm not worried about any of the Eastern teams. So if Minnesota can come back and win these series, I think they have a really clear path to the championship. They just got to come back and win down 3-2.
Yeah.
I like those odds at 1,800.
I like it.
Yeah.
And also NBA, I kind of just want to brag a little bit about last week. Me and Jake were on the Cavs all day. We did take money line. We weren't that trusting in it, but we did take the plus 13.5.
Mm-hmm.
And Dalton was like, nah, we're stupid for it, blah, blah, blah. He's not on here to defend himself, but I don't care. But they won, and it was the only game they won in the series, but they won. They covered. So congrats to us. I'm happy for us that we saw that.
R.I.P. Cavs fans. It's a little fresh, Casey.
R.I.P. Cavs fans, but congrats to us.
We just watched their public execution on live TV.
A sacrifice had to be made, unfortunately, but it just made it seem like we knew what we were talking about a little bit. So thank you, Cavs fans and the foundation. So we'll move on from the NBA here. We'll let Cavs fans mourn a little bit.
They're no better than the Pistons now.
Yeah.
All equally dead.
Yeah, I mean that's just an unfortunate part.
It's the only
So-
enjoyable part of the season for me, watching every other team die.
Yeah. So let's move on to NHL because we have playoffs right now. I don't know if you guys got any bets for the Stars game right now. There was just a quick smattering of scoring here for that game. I think it was 1-1, and then they just scored 2 quick goals.
Oh, who the Stars did?
No, they're tied 2-2. It was tied
Okay.
1-1, and then I think they went back to back on goals. So I do have some bets for tomorrow's games. I know the Rangers playing the Canucks, Oilers. So I kind of did what I did in basketball because I was obviously looking at my bets at the same time. But I kind of hedged myself. At first, I took the Rangers money line. I took the Rangers plus 1.5 first. And the only reason I did that is because I think they'll at least keep it close against Carolina because they don't want to go force a game 7, basically. So I took them plus 1.5. And then I took the Canucks plus 1.5. I don't know if you've seen this, but the last 4 games in this series, it has gone Canucks, Oilers, Canucks, Oilers. So it's the Canucks' turn to win in this one. So I took them plus 1.5, and that was at plus 123. And then when I got back on and made my other NBA bets, I felt stupid about. I was like, you know what? I think the Rangers are going to win it all and just get this series over with, so they don't have to go to Game 7. And then I was like, Canucks are just going to win outright. So I took that as well for the money line parlay at plus 424. So I have those two. CJT looks like he's shaking his head.
Oh no, I had I just had a shiver down my spine.
So yeah, those are my bets for tomorrow on this one.
I think it's just because it was chilling because we're very much on the same page again here.
Yeah.
I think I'm making the same exact bet almost that I did for NBA. Canucks plus 1900 to win it all.
I actually like that. I like
Yeah,
that. It's team of
I
destiny.
think that's really good. Yeah, they were one of the best teams in the NHL this year, and they're not even losing their series.
Yeah,
So-
I think they're on their 3rd string goalie now or something.
Yeah, their goalie's hurt. I don't know how long he's hurt for, but
They're the team of destiny, I feel like.
I believe it.
Honestly, they've gotten so many clutch plays and just things have gone their way.
And they're just quietly really, really good. Like Canucks, Vancouver, they don't get a lot of coverage here in America, not a big American market. Not that it's American at all, but Americans don't really care about Vancouver. But they're really, really good.
All right. Speaking of Vancouver, I'm taking their money line tomorrow at plus 124. This series is 2-2. I'm pretty.
We're lifelong knuckleheads here.
I will say I have been betting on them throughout this postseason, so I haven't cursed them yet. I'm gonna knock on wood right now, but
they haven't had the power of all 3 of us.
It's true.
That's true. That is a good point. Yeah, but at plus 124, they've played the Oilers really tough in this series, especially on their 3rd string goaler against Connor McDavid and the Oilers, who have more postseason experience. I still think the Canucks have been the better team. I like them at plus odds. And then I'm also taking the Hurricanes to win by 2 goals. I'm taking the puck line at minus 1.5 at plus 160. I think the Rangers will win this in 7, but Carolina was down 3-0. Now it's 3-2. They're coming back home, and they've been playing with a lot more fire ever since they went down 3-0. I think to win by 2 goals, I think is pretty reasonable, especially at home, because the Rangers seem a little bit rattled. I don't know if the Canes will win the series, but at plus 160, it's pretty decent odds. And then on Friday, I am taking the under in the Panthers and Bruins game. I took the over on one of their games last week, and I think it ended like 2-1. And then I think the last 2 games since then have also been like 3 or 4 goal games in total. So in a game 6 in Boston, I think it's going to be very physical, slow defensive game. So I'm taking the under 5.5 goals at minus 118.
I like it. All right. So that is our hockey. Now let's move on to baseball. As you can see, is my headline. Cincinnati Reds are making me depressed. They've lost 12 of their last 14. Everyone just keeps getting hurt. Our manager sucks. We're just in a living hell right now. But hey, Ellie De La Cruz is leading in steals. I guess that's cool for me in my future. But I have some bets for tomorrow, and one surprising bet, actually. My parlay for tomorrow's slate of Thursday games, I'm going to take the Phillies minus 1.5 against the Mets. The Mets have turned it around from the beginning of the season, but the Phillies are just playing really good right now. I think that this could honestly be a 3 or 4 run game for the Phillies. So I like the minus 1.5 there. Then I have the Tampa Bay Rays money line over the Red Sox. I just feel it. I don't know. It's the Rays. They find ways to win. So I like them tomorrow. And then the Pirates just got absolutely dog walked today. So I think they're going to turn it around tomorrow against the Cubs. So I took the Pirates money line. And if you parlay that together, you're at plus 916 odds. And then my surprising bet, and I don't even think the odds are out there just yet. But I'm going to take the Reds money line tomorrow against the Dodgers. I don't even know what the odds are going to be, but it'll probably be plus 2 something. I'm not going to lie to you. So I'm hammering that. You lose 12 of 14, you're bound to get going again. Tomorrow they're going to get going again. And what's even funnier is we're still undecided on who's pitching for the Reds tomorrow, but I'm so confident that it's going to be a fluke game for us tomorrow that we're going to win. So hammering the money line on them tomorrow.
It's better to be cold earlier in the year than at the end.
That is very true, but
that just means you're due for a hot streak.
Yeah.
That's not true. Some teams just stay cold.
Yeah, it's not, but I'm going to keep believing that. And then next thing you know, we're going to be at the All-Star break and we're still on this terrible streak. So I don't know. God, please just let them. Can we just win 2 in a row? Just 2 in a row. That was the worst part about the 2 we did win out of the last 14. They were on separate occasions. It wasn't even back to back. We just went right back to losing streaks.
Yeah.
All right, I got my frustrations out, kind of. Does anyone else have any baseball bets for tomorrow?
I got nothing tomorrow, but Friday, Tariq Skubal takes the hill for the Tigers. It's not out yet, but I'm going to take the over of whatever the strikeout number is against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Cy Young winner right there.
Okay. What do you think that the line will be at for him?
Probably 8, 9.5. 8.5 or 9.5.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
Just for perspective, he has a 2 ERA on the year. So Tariq Skubal is absolutely the Cy Young frontrunner right now.
I think FanDuel's been kind of like not cheaping out, but they've been kind of setting the line low for pitchers. I feel like this year for starting pitchers in comparison to what they've been throwing all year. So I could honestly see them doing 7.5. Honestly.
Yeah, he has 60 strikeouts on the year, so I don't know where that ranks amongst all pitchers. I'm gonna look it up.
That's pretty good.
Yes, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So I don't know. I could see 7.5 or 8.5. Jake, did you have MLB bets?
Yes. All right. I have 2 for tomorrow, and then I have 1 future.
Okay.
For tomorrow, I am taking the Yankees money line over the Twins at plus 102. They beat the Twins 5-1 yesterday. They're beating them 4-0 right now, and they're still getting plus odds tomorrow. The Twins are a good team, but they've just been outclassed by the Yankees. And at plus 102, I think that's a good one to just stuff in a parlay somewhere.
Yeah.
And then my other pick for tomorrow is going to be the A's money line at plus 180. The A's have lost 4 in a row now, and they've lost 3 in a row to the Astros, but they have the 4th game on Thursday tomorrow, and I don't think that the Astros will beat them 4 games in a row. Every single game has been in this series has been like they're losing 3-0 right now. I think that's the largest lead the Astros have had in the series. They've lost by 2 runs and 1 run so far, and their bullpen has just been dominant. So I also would like the under 8.5 in this game too, because pretty much every game in this series has been low scoring, and it's 2 pretty decent pitchers tomorrow. And then my future is going to be Mason Miller to win the AL Cy Young Award at plus 10,000. This is definitely a long shot. A, because he's a closer, and B, because the A's probably won't end up being very good this year. But at plus 10,000, I do think it's worth putting a couple dollars on, because he's had an absolutely insane start to the year. I'm trying to find his strikeout total this year, but I cannot find it at the moment. But I know we were talking about it in the group chat like a week ago. He had like a 19 K9 strikeouts through 9 innings.
Yeah.
Or per 9 innings, which is just insane. I think he's only given up a couple earned runs throughout this entire year.
So
he's given up 2 earned runs this entire year.
Yeah, right now he's got 38 strikeouts. He's tied for 69th, which you might think, oh, that's pretty low, but as for a closer, that's pretty damn good.
Yeah, and he's got 18.1 innings pitched.
Yeah.
He's just been
0.98 ERA.
Yeah, and he's throwing. He threw 3 straight pitches last night at 103 miles an hour. But yeah, I'm not saying he's a favorite to win it at all, because he's a closer and the A's are not a very good baseball team. But I do think it's more realistic than the odds are giving him credit for, just because of how dominant he's been. So I think at plus 10,000, it's worth putting like $5 on.
Yeah. And this could just be me projecting, but it seems like this is a guy that the A's will have for a couple of years, and he'll look amazing, and then he'll just get traded off somewhere.
It's the A's way.
And I'm sorry to say that, Jake, but it's just like he's just like a perfect candidate for what they've been doing. And
I can't.
Go ahead.
It hurts to hear a little bit, but I can't really, can't really blame people for thinking that.
No, that's coming.
He definitely will get traded before his contract is up. There's no doubt about it. Unless the A's get sold, they'll keep him until he starts costing too much in arbitration, and then they'll just trade him like 2 years before he becomes a free agent.
Yep.
But he's under control through 2029, I think, which is insane. Yeah. So I honestly wouldn't be that upset if they traded him. It would suck, but I mean, he is a closer, so it's just like he's not on the field as much. And good lockdown closers are hard to find, but the type of haul I think that you could get for someone with that much longer on their contract, I think could be a franchise altering haul. So I wouldn't really be that mad. But
and it's kind of like a beauty's in the eye of the beholder, because it's like a team that's set up for the next 10 years to make playoff runs will find him way more valuable than a team like the A's or the Reds or something like right now, where it's like, you're not going to use him. What do you need him for? You need to build up around like starting pitching and fielding and offense.
There's no point in I don't think they should trade him, at least not right now, because I do think with how they started this year, they're only like a year or two away from getting close to the playoffs. But, if it's like 3 years from now and he's still dominant and the A's are still bad, like there's not really a reason. There's not a reason for bad teams to keep a closer because it just doesn't really make sense.
No. All right. Did you have other bets for MLB?
No, that was it.
All right. JT, do you have any other MLB bets?
No, I'm just looking over the Cy Young odds for the AL and the NL. Trying to see if I can find a value one. This pitcher for the Phillies, Suarez.
Ranger Suarez. Yeah,
Yes.
He just went 8 innings tonight.
Yeah, you can get him for the National League Cy Young at plus 750. And just for anyone listening, right now he is third in baseball in ERA at 1.37. He's got 58 strikeouts through 59 innings. He is like on another planet this year.
Yeah, he's
8-0.
Yeah, he's really good right now. Man, this sucks. I was hoping to have a bet because usually around now they'll start to put out like to make the playoff futures, and they don't have one for the Reds right now because I was hoping to be able to get one. So I can probably let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna do to make the National League playoffs at plus 390 for the Reds. I'll take that because they're gonna start their winning streak tomorrow. I just feel it. So that's just going to keep going down. But yeah, I'll take that. And then if they ever have we'll do that. But let's go ahead. Anyone else have anything crazy, kooky, anything? I already asked that.
Oh, I'm so glad you asked for crazy.
Okay, let's hear it.
So, NFL schedule release day. Everyone's excited. We miss football. So
Yes.
I placed the longest shot bet I've ever placed. It
All
is
right, hold on. Let me
a
pull it
life-changing bet.
up. Okay, let me pull it up so I can get this one put in.
And when I say life-changing bet, I mean it changes your life if you hit it.
Okay.
So it's a 3-leg parlay. Nothing wild there. 3 legs. I voted on the MVP. I picked a top 3 quarterback in the league. Reasonable. And I did offensive and defensive player of the year, a pair of all pros from last season in their prime.
Okay.
So in theory, that's not crazy, right?
No.
Not crazy. Okay, here are the
But
odds.
why do I feel like there's about to be a Bucks player
There
on
is.
this? Okay.
So here are the odds.
It better not be Baker Mayfield is all I'm saying out of those three.
You don't think he's a top 3 quarterback who's winning MVP?
Okay, chill out. Chill out.
Okay. The odds are 3,800,000.
All right, that's the end of the show, everyone.
Well, at least hear the players. Come
Okay,
on.
let's hear
We
it.
already established that's not crazy, the thought process.
Okay.
Okay. MVP, Joe Burrow.
All right, that's not crazy.
That's not crazy. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, they invested in the offensive line.
All right.
So that itself is plus 1,000.
Okay.
He's a little bit down the list. He's not a long shot, but he's not a favorite either.
Okay.
Offensive player of the year, Amon-Ra St. Brown. All pro last year, 1,500 yards, 10 touchdowns. The Lions don't have an outside receiver. All of their targets are going straight to Amon-Ra or to Sam Laporta, who's a tight end.
Okay.
His odds are 2,200 for offensive player of the year. Again, not a favorite, more of a long shot. But
All right. Where's
is it
he
crazy?
At? Where's he at? I have a feeling who your player is going to be for defense, but let's hear it.
Oh, he's the long shot. But hear me out.
Okay.
Antoine Winfield Jr.
I knew it. That I swear on everything, I already had it clicked in the parlay.
Plus 15,000 for defensive player of the year.
Okay.
So super long, but keep in mind he was 6th last year in defensive player of the year voting. 6.
I'm only going to put $1 on it, but it does pay out $38,202.
So I put 275 on that 3-leg parlay.
275 or
$2.75.
Okay,
This is
okay.
a 4 million odd bet. Let's
I
not
was
go
about to
crazy.
say, I was going to say, because if you did $275, like you don't even have to do anything for the rest of your life.
FanDuel doesn't pay out that much. They already told me they won't pay over $1 million. So for a $2.75 bet, I will win $105,000.
All right.
2 All-Pros and a top 3 quarterback in the game.
I'll just place $1 on it.
Oh yeah, don't place anything like substantial on it. But I was
I'm
looking
gonna
at
put
and
$275 on it.
Yeah.
do it. They will not pay you that much if it hits.
They're gonna call me right after and be like, "Dude, did you mean to do that?
Yeah.
Did you mean?"
I was looking at Antoine Winfield's numbers earlier today, because just got paid, gonna write an article about him. I was comparing him to some of the greatest safeties of all time. I was looking at Brian Dawkins and Troy Polamalu. He compares very favorably to those 2 names. So just putting it out there. I know safeties do not win this award very often, but right now he's on that kind of trajectory to be a Brian Dawkins, a Troy Polamalu. I think the last guy to win it was Bob Sanders. So I get it. Total long shot. All of these are long shot, let alone paired together. But at the same time, I see a legitimate path to all of them.
Yeah. I do for 2 of them at least.
Oh, who's the third? Not my boy Antoine.
You know what though? Honestly, with the way Burrow his health the past just basically since he's been in the league, that kind of scares me more than the Winfield part.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously Antoine Winfield is the longest odds there, but I don't know who I feel the least comfortable with on who would mess that up. Because, Winfield forced 13 turnovers last year. And he had 122 tackles. And he had 6 sacks. So, that's the kind of stat stuffer you need to be in that defensive player of the year conversation.
Yeah, true.
Honestly, it might be, of any of the 3, it might be Amon-Ra St. Brown, just because the Lions are more of a running team and Sam Laporte is going to take targets. And I just don't know if he's going to get enough volume in terms of big plays and touchdowns to get there.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I see ways for all of them, but I also see why they all scare me a lot.
There's a reason it's a plus $4 million bet.
In theory,
no one should feel comfortable with this bet.
Yeah, true. You're right.
But I think all of them have a legitimate pathway as dark horse winners.
All right. Well, before we start doing anything more crazy on our bets
can't
here,
do more crazy.
Yeah,
that is the pinnacle of crazy.
I followed it just because didn't you hit that wide receiver feature last year? Feature?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that again. I'm gonna do division winners. I'm gonna do all the parlays before the season starts.
Yeah. So I'll be ready for those. Just so you guys know, Mavericks are currently up 12 with 7 minutes and 11 seconds left in the second quarter.
Let's go.
So looking pretty decent right now.
Mavericks and Canucks fans stand up.
They survived our curse.
Yeah. Well, we still have a lot of time left.
Right, you just double cursed them.
SGA isn't having the best half right now, so he could turn it on in the second half and just start cooking everyone. But yeah, we'll just end it there before I make a stupid bet. This is like when you're like, oh, I'm going to have one last shot or one last beer before I leave. And you're like, you shouldn't be doing that. Just go home. So we're going to end the show here tonight. Thank you all for watching. Next week, we'll have Dalton back. Hopefully he'll, I think just a little teaser, it'll probably be for Donald Trump's VP. So we'll see what names he comes up with, who he thinks the favorite. I'm sure he'll find some other crazy crap. Probably some like country we've never heard of.
He'll have over under 35 mutes in the presidential debate.
Yeah, or like 35. Come on, man. Like something like that. So we'll see what happens. But thank you all for watching tonight. We really appreciate it. Good luck on any bets you have going this weekend. Canucks, if you guys lose tomorrow, it was not our fault. We tried. And Mavs, if you guys lose tonight, it's not our fault.
We're all rooting for you.
Yeah, we're all rooting for you. I mean, we're trying to positive vibes here, but
speaking it into existence.
Yeah. So we did it for the Cavs last week. So we're trying to help you guys out. But thank you all again for watching. Have a good night.